Hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I will be discussing some basic things that you will be needing in order to set up your home photography studio. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, now is the perfect time to do so because I am still giving away a MagMod starter kit and I will be announcing the winner on Feb 15, 2021. Now to join this raffle is very easy. I'm just going to put the mechanics in the description below. So the first thing that we have to consider, of course, is space. As you can see here, I have black mats on the floor. This one represents about 2 by 3 meters. Now you're gonna ask me what the purpose of this black mats are for photography. And basically nothing. This is really just the mats of my daughter when she dances. So this space doubles as her dance studio. So behind this backdrop is actually her TV for Zoom and a camera there. Which brings me now to the second thing that you have to consider. You have to ask yourself what type of backdrop you want to use for your photography. The backdrop is something that a lot of people really don't put too much attention to, but they should because of the fact that this is the one that hides all the distractions in your home studio, especially if you don't have a dedicated space. Now, one of my favorites is this one. This is a 5 foot by 7 foot hand-painted backdrop from Kate Backdrop. It just gives fantastic tonality, texture. It just gives so much depth. And this particular backdrop folds up to something or rolls up to something like this. Very simple, very handy to have around. Now, it's mounted on my Manfrotto auto poles, but to be honest, you don't need anything like this, though it does save a bit of space in terms of the legs not really being a hindrance if you want to save space, but they do come with a price. But there are options for backdrop holders that come with ordinary light stands and a backdrop holder on top. So don't worry, I'll put everything in the description below. I'll put all the links in the description below. Now, aside from the hand-painted backdrop, of course, you have the ever-dependable seamless paper. Now, this seamless paper, I actually cut the size for it to fit this shooting area, but they usually come in rolls of about 9 feet wide. Problem with that one is that especially if you're working in a home studio, it's too big. Now, seamless paper, of course, has been a staple for all photography studios, but they do come with some problems. One, it's very difficult to maintain. Number two, it's hard to keep them really pristine because they get crumpled up very easily since they are paper. And finally, it's very difficult for you to store. Imagine if you have the 9 foot ones, you really need dedicated space for that. And you can't really leave these things hanging on the wall because if you do, you know those backdrop holders on each side, these things have a tendency to sag in the middle. So another option instead of this one is, of course, backdrops like this. This is another one from Kate Backdrop. It's a collapsible backdrop. As you can see, it stores very easily because it folds small, but it folds out to be 2 meters by 1 meter, such as this one. Now, these things are printed on microfiber fabric, which is non-reflective and wrinkle-free and relatively affordable. Okay, but yeah, the prices are like, for example, this is about $200. This is about $140, but to be honest, it's a worthwhile investment. Plus, you get 2 sides. It really depends on the pattern that you want. So for me, I really do like these collapsible backdrops. And of course, if you just want white or black, it also comes with standard colors or solid colors. Okay, so after you've chosen the backdrop for your studio, for home studio, you ask yourself now, what modifiers are you going to be using? Remember, you are very limited when it comes to space. That's why I actually recommend, it could also be budget, but that's why I highly recommend these umbrellas, because these umbrellas are, again, very easy for you guys to be able to store. And at the same time, it's easy to set up. All you have to do is prop it up like an umbrella. Now, these umbrellas, especially like this one, I've used this so many times in a lot of my videos. So all you have to do is search in the channel and basically you'd see how much I've used my Phottix Premio 120 umbrella. But the key to this umbrella is that it comes with an option for a diffuser in front. In other words, this one, if you put it on top of this umbrella, gives you the look of a softbox. So the nice thing about this one is that it gives you a perfect circle. So if you're doing portrait, it gives you a beautiful, beautiful catch light on your eye. Basically, you just put it here and then you put this one over it. So it becomes a diffuser. Now, another option for modifiers is your standard softbox or octabox. Now, I have here another one from Phottix. It's called the Phottix Raja 60. The reason why I like these softboxes is because it works very similar to an umbrella. If you see here in the middle, I will try to show you, it has an umbrella rod. So all you have to do is push it down and there you go. Very, very easy for you guys to set up. Now, it comes with diffusers and a grid. The grid is used to be able to focus the light a little bit more. Now, the difference between these two modifiers, well, obviously right now is because the size, but the difference of these two modifiers is this one. This is what they call the Bowens mount. The Bowens mount is the most widely acceptable mount for photography backdrop. Now, this Bowens mount will really come into play when you decide on choosing what type of flash holder you're going to be using, but I'll get to that later. So remember, these are Bowens mount and this is just an umbrella mount. So last but not the least, it's a light that you're going to be choosing. So I have here two samples. This is basically your standard studio strobe. A standard studio strobe is normally powered using the AC outlet. And if you choose right, like this one, these are the REM lights, they are already equipped with Bowens mount. So what you do is basically just prop these modifiers on top, like this, and we're good to go. Now, these studio strobes also have provisions already for umbrellas. So instead of using this one, you could just put the umbrella here. Now, there's nothing wrong about using studio strobes, especially in a controlled environment like your studio. But the downside of these things is, of course, you can't use it outdoor unless you get the ones with battery power. But they do come at a price. That's why I have here some other options for you guys, which is your Speedlights mounted on flash holders with an umbrella holder and a Bowens mount. I will explain it to you guys now. Let me just move this. So if you guys decide that maybe a studio strobe is too much and you want the portability and the flexibility of a Speedlight, you have these options too, okay? This one is one of my favorites. This is actually the MagMod Mag Shoe. The nice thing about this MagMod Mag Shoe, as you can see here in the studio strobe, I have to twist this knob in order for me to tilt the light forward and back. With the MagMod Mag Shoe, all I have to do is press this one and I can easily tilt it. The downside of this MagMod Mag Shoe is that it doesn't have an attachment for a Bowens mount. This one is proprietary to the MagMod system, though they put in an umbrella holder here. So it works with a modifier like this just by inserting it here in the umbrella holder, such as this. Okay? So now you've got your umbrella on the MagMod Mag Shoe with your Speedlight mounted on that. Then you have this option of a flash holder from Phottix. It's called the Cerberus, which utilizes a grip here in the back to hold on to your flash. The beautiful thing about this one is that it also comes with an umbrella holder already, but at the same time, it has a female Bowens mount. In other words, take this modifier with a Bowens mount and actually attach it straight to your Speedlight, like so. So, there you go. So before I wrap up this video, there is one thing that people tend to forget, which is the light stand. It's essential for you guys to be able to purchase light stand that is of good quality, because remember, they are holding on to relatively expensive equipment. So I have a few here actually. This one is from Elinchrom. The reason why I like this one from Elinchrom is because it's not a knob. It's very easy for me to just bring it up because it's a lever type. So I just open it up like this and lift it up. Now the downside with this one, I actually forgot the term for it. So if you guys know, please leave it in the description below. But it doesn't have any fluid inside, so it doesn't have any resistance. So if I let go of it, it's just gonna fall. That's the downside of this one, though it is very easy for you guys to be able to use it out on the field. Now, I also have another one. This one I use every time I go around because it's a nice sturdy light stand and it's small and compact. This is the Phottix Padat Carbon. But my go-to, it's not as stable as you think, especially for big modifiers like this. I actually use this on the field just with this system here and maybe my MagMod Mag Spear. Now, if you want the best light stand that I can recommend that I use all the time is this one. This is my Manfrotto 104 BAC. The nice thing about this Manfrotto light stand, see, look, there's resistance. When I let go of it, it stops it. And at the same time, it goes up to 13 feet. And it's very stable even with a big studio head like this. Okay? So basically, those are all the things that you might need in order for you guys to start a small home photography studio. So again, you need the space. 2 by 3 meters is enough. Then you choose the background that you want. There's so many types of backdrops out there. Hand-painted ones, collapsible ones, seamless paper. There's even muslin cloth. Oh, and there is, I forgot to mention, an even cheaper alternative, which is basically just the microfiber cloth of the collapsible background, but it's not collapsible, so it's just plain cloth, which you can hang on your backdrop holder. And then afterwards, you choose the lights that you're going to be using. You could go for a studio strobe or a small Speedlight for your home studio. And then finally, of course, choose the proper light stand depending on the equipment that you have. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload new videos, because I do post a lot of content in this channel and a lot of them are more of instructional videos on how to properly use light. And if you want to see some of the images that I've taken with the equipment that you see here, you could always follow me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.